It don't happen again, no. They talk say Ale Kuna or Coco, we see no pan. Yawen Werono, where through ya. That will never recover from the military. Mobbing or murdering the Biafrans who quietly go to observe a candle night for our fallen heroes. As if that one is not enough. Then the court, they don't remind about our 52 agitators who they claim that allegedly, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. They said 52 agitators were allegedly attempting to host Biafran flag in Enugu government house. How? How possible is that? Why can't this Nigerian government find anything meaningful to do with their time other than propaganda this, propaganda that? Trying everything humanly possible to make sure that they sabotage the movement of the Biafrans. It is not good. If you people want to say, oh, Biafrans are agitating, that you don't like the agitation, you can take them to court. Stop killing these people. Sending them to jail without a trial. It is never done. In a more developed country, Nigeria is supposed to be paying Biafrans every inch and every day because of what they are doing to all these our blood brothers and sisters. In fact, my wonderful people, now here we go to start our news today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. Happy New Year to you all and a happy Friday. We have entered the month of June. This one at the half of this year will be 2023. Just like yesterday, like play this year. Don't just they run like say tomorrow never day. Anyway, whichever way it is, myself I don't land this morning because at the month just they run, Now so me too they run. I'm landing this morning from Pakistan. So me gonna do what? May all of you go to the comment section and say welcome to the land of Nigeria or welcome to the rising sun, which is the Biafra land. So if you never subscribe to my channel, endeavor to do that. Make sure Make sure you share any of my content, like and comment. It is very, very important and very, very necessary. Keep sharing. So let us go to the reason or the main reason why we are here today. They were arraigned on Wednesday alongside their leader Benjamin Onwuka before an Enugu State North Magisterial District of the Enugu State Magistrate Court. No fewer than 52 members of the Biafran Zionist Front, that is BZF, led by Benjamin Onwuka, who were arrested in Enugu on May 30, have been remanded in prison. The pro-Biafra group members were allegedly rounded up on their way to host the Biafran flag in the Enugu government house. Initially, this was not the news. They were being captured in Michael Okpara Square, Enugu, where they are just doing a memory of to remember our past heroes. Now they have turned the case now upside down. They have turned the news upside down, forgetting what they said earlier. That is why you see this government can never succeed in any way, because their propaganda is out of this earth, entirely from a different planet. You say this tomorrow, next tomorrow you come out with another different story. Look at what they said the other day, that they were caught in Michael Okpara Square with candle lights and whatever, but they never said they want to host any flag either at the Michael Okpara Square or in the Enugu government house. Now the reverse is the case. Nigerian government and their security operatives and security personnel on our way done. I throw a salute for her and I come out cap. But the Ogun way go kill all of her. You see they do press up and they come from Afghanistan. If you see them now, it don't huge. You go begin to fire off one after the other, including your families and your generations. Because all what people are doing in Biafra land in the international community, it is condemnable. But the international community will not say anything because all of them another bribe, make sure no. Everybody now don't collect bribe through our crude oil. Who know how many vessels they have been used to bribe them, and they keep calm. All these things that are happening in Biafra land, they are aware of all of them from A to Z, but they refuse to comment. On our way done, Nigeria, the international community, the pro-Biafran group members were allegedly rounded up on their way to hold the Biafran flag in the Enugu government house. According to security sources, they were arraigned on Wednesday alongside their leader Benjamin Onwuka before an Enugu magistrate court. The magistrate court was said to have remanded all the members in prison custody and ordered the police to transfer their case file to the Department of Public Prosecution for advice and proper prosecution. Sahara reporters have reported on Wednesday that 50 members of the separatist group had been arrested by operatives of the Nigerian police force at the independent layout area of state during the 56th commemoration of Biafran Heroes Day. Under the Yaram, this is what triggered the protest. So this one is not even protest. This one is in memory, in memorandum. Tuesday, May 30, was declared sit-at-home day by the pro-Biafran agitators in remembrance of the day of the defunct Biafran Republic was declared. A development that forced business, schools, markets, and offices to shut down in Enugu and other southeastern states. It is never a forced. It is will, by will, by will. Stop using this word forced. Nobody forced them on that very day. You can set other sit-at-homes on Mondays. Maybe it might be forced. But this one is every Dick and Harry in the southeastern region know that May 30 is the day to remember our fallen heroes. So it is never a forced sit-at-home. So please, correct that word, my editor. A security source told Sahara reporters that the agitators displayed Biafran flags, those of Israel and the United States of America, when they were arrested. You hear the real news? The source said the men numbering over 50 had arrived at the venue where they were said to embark on a procession. They had Biafran flags and those of the USA and Israel. They were also carrying loads of tracts bearing the name of their group and their messages. So it was when they started marching towards the government house that about 5 healers vans loaded with policemen came and arrested them. I must tell you that they were not bearing any arms or dangerous weapons. Most of those arrested were said to be elderly men and women. Yet, Nigeria government keep on harassing them, mutilating them. Remembrance Day, what is wrong in remembering our fallen heroes? That is the question that need to be answered. What is happening to Nigerian government? We are crying what happened in the past government. Now this new government have started with their own. Let us see how it will play out. Peter Obi, Baba Ahmed Dati orders Storm Tribunal as the fireworks resume. The firework of the case have resumed. I beg you, I have a question here. Who will answer me this question? Where is Apapa Lamidi? He don't run. Bashiru Apapa Lamidi, he don't run, Abi. He don't complete your mission. Now they are sworn in your principal, your paymaster. Now the case is closed. No more. I am the acting national chairman. I have every right to do what I like. Can report to me all the case file. I have 48 hours. I will disqualify you. Dara. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, on Thursday stormed the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja to witness the continued hearing of his petition against the results of the 2023 presidential election. Apart from Obi, the vice presidential candidate of the party, Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed, the national chairman of the party, Comrade Julius Abure, and the director of general of the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council, Akin Osuntokun, were all seated in the court. Also, the Labour Party national women leader, Dudu Manuga, and other party leaders were spotted in the court located inside the Court of Appeal. The petitions are expected to resume the presentation of witness and tendering documents in evidence and a petition challenging the declaration of President Bola Tinubu as the winner of the 25th February presidential election. Recall that the party opened its case to challenge the 2023 presidential election results on Tuesday after the tribunal stated that the trial in the petition will end on August 5. During the resumed proceedings, the court allocated 3 hours for the hearing of the petition filed by the Labour Party and its presidential candidate, Peter Obi. The 5-man panel also directed the party and Obi to call the first witness after the lawyers to the petitions, Levi Uzoukwu San, has said they will be presenting 50 witnesses as soon as the case proceeds. But when asked by the court how many witnesses they had in court for the commencement of their cases, Uzoukwu San said the petitioners have only one witness in court for today. You can as well see the photos, how the thing is being played out in the election petition tribunal court, which is the appeal court. Fuel subsidy, latest petrol scarcity news, update on subsidy removal for June 2nd, 2023. Just lead us. You promise us a new Nigeria or a renewed hope. You end up giving us a renewed hopelessness. What is happening to Nigerians? You look at this here. See how people are climbing on top of meters for fuel. Hell, the same thing that happened in 2019 when Muhammadu Buhari said we choose him to serve another additional 4 years. Nobody chose him. Oh. He's the one that chose himself, rigged himself into the minds of Nigerians. On his first day, as he was elected, he used fuel increment to say salute to the Nigerians. What is the difference between 2015, 2019, and 2023? Okochukwu, not the same people. As Nigerians continue to groan over President Bola Tinubu's announcement on fuel subsidy removal, Nigeria News brings you the latest update on the petrol scarcity, fuel subsidy, and government citizens' reactions whatsoever. No plan to protest against fuel subsidy removal, Nigeria Labour Congress. The Nigerian Labour Congress has denied media reports that there is a plan to hold any nationwide protest against the removal of fuel subsidy, which has to lead to a hike in the petrol price or the price of petrol. Nigeria News report that the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Comrade Joe Ajaero, made this known in a statement on Tuesday, signed by the Congress Head of Information Unit, Benson Opa. Ajaero stated that the organized labor has not scheduled a protest for Friday, adding that the union is only holding a National Executive Committee (NEC) meeting tomorrow to deliberate on the subsidy removal. He said, though the NLC was outraged by what it described as a mindless price increase that is intended to bring untold hardship to ordinary Nigerians, the Congress is not planning any protests for now. My question is, what is wrong with APC and what is wrong with their government? From December last year until after this election, they initiated what they said is a resign of our currency. And that is how they brought abject poverty to the extent that even until today I'm talking to you, Nigerians in Naira land are still buying Naira with Naira. They still buy Naira with Naira. After the CBN governor, Emefiele Godwin told us right before our face that they used 5 billion Naira for that nonsensical nonsense they called reprinting of old Naira note, a bit the design of the old Naira note. And at the end of it all, we are still back to the using of the old Naira notes. Where is the printed the new Naira notes is nowhere to be found. Go to our politicians' houses now. That money has been stuck there for the next 4 years. Coming 2027, that is the money they will use to buy the election. Be rest assured, coming 2027, there will be an announcement that the old Naira notes will not be in circulation again. That new Naira note is what they will use to buy the chain. And people will scamper to look for that note. Mark my word today. Mark today's day. Today happens to be the 2nd of June, 2023. 2027 is around the corner. When we're talking about it, you think it is very far. Look at the January we entered the other day. Now we are the half of the year. 2027 is around the corner. All the new Naira notes have been stocked in the governors, the senators, the presidents, and their apparatus and aides, including our so-called GOs and the GOs. They don't stock the money, waiting for 2027. They will use to manipulate the election again to serve for additional another 4 years. Reps said outright removal of fuel subsidy charged with child path to cushion effects. The House of Representatives is seeking the outright removal of the fuel subsidy regime. Nigerian report that the House made a resolution after adopting the reports of its ad hoc committee, which investigated the country's subsidy regime. According to the lawmakers, it will be in the best interest of all if the federal government outrightly removes this subsidy. However, the members want the federal government to immediately come up with the measures to cushion the effect through palliatives. The question is, what kind of palliatives? Is it the same government who heard palliatives being given to them by WHO during the COVID-19 time? Are they the one that is going to give you palliatives simply because they remove fuel subsidy, which a lot of actors that is benefiting from this fuel subsidy will never allow that to happen? Let us see how this thing will play out. No in Nigeria with them, nobody is going anywhere. It also advised the government to procure CNG buses as an alternative transport system with cheaper fuel consumption, as well as introduce intermodal regional and national transport system to ease mass movements of people across the country. The legislators also call for further investigation through a forensic audit by the Office of the Auditor General of the Federation to ascertain whether the 413 billion naira borrowed from the CBN for subsidy payments was refunded after the passage and assent of the 2015 budget as earlier approved by the President. Fuel subsidy removal. Nigeria Labour Congress, Trade Union Congress fixed date to hold emergency next meeting. The Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress would hold an emergency National Executive Council meeting on Friday, June 2, which is today, to discuss the removal of fuel subsidy. Nigerian report that the Trade Union Congress President Festus Osifo stated this in an interview on Channel Television Sunrise Daily on Thursday. Recall that the NLC and TUC had a separate statement on Tuesday rejected the announcement by President Bola Tinubu that a petrol subsidy will cease to be in place by the end of June. Following the development, the federal government and organized labor met on Wednesday at the Presidential Villa Abuja to reach an agreement on the issue of subsidy removal. However, the meeting between both parties ended without an agreement and no consensus was reached, with the organized labor saying the meeting would reconvene after they have met with their members at a date yet to be fixed. Nigeria, well done. No Nigerian president will be able to provide you with 24 hours uninterrupted electricity or power supply. This one is coming from that our backing, you know what I mean, our small goods, Reno Omonketa. Political analyst and media personality Reno Omokri has stated that it will be an impossible feat for any Nigerian president to provide 24 hours electricity for the country. According to the former presidential aide, the job can only be achieved by the private sector. Omokri urged the citizens or citizenry to support the removal of subsidies and the complete privatization of the power sector. He argued that the government should not be involved in any form of business. Speaking via his Instagram because and Twitter, that is where his power lies, because that is where he makes money for his food. No matter who won the Nigerian election 2023, no president can give Nigeria 24 hours uninterrupted power supply. Why? Because that is not a job for the government. Only the private sector can achieve that. As Nigerians, we must support fuel subsidy removal and the complete privatization of the power sector. Even the Nigerian Railway Corporation should be sold, and all our airports should also be sold. Government has no business being in business, whether it is business or it's business of oil and gas, power, aviation, ports, or railways. They have no business doing business, according to Reno Omokri. We must win ourselves of this military command system where everything is controlled from Dodam Barracks or Asorok. If we don't, we will never fully enter the 21st century that we are praying for. Charlie Paul reacts to INEC refusal to show evidence of Tinubu's victory. No be INEC, who be INEC, no be Tinubu, and who be Tinubu, no be INEC. Now them na Okochukwu, na the same people. Famous Nigerian social political activist Charles Oputa, popularly known as Charlie Boy, or you can call him Area Father, has berated the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) over its refusal to tender evidence of the 2023 presidential election results. Nigerian News recalled that the Labour Party lead counsel, Levi Uzoku, during an interview in court, lamented how INEC had refused and neglected to provide the party with all the evidence needed to prosecute their court petition, despite the court order. For Sokoto State, Uzoku said the INEC officials demanded 1.5 million naira fee to process the documents. He said a typical example is that of Rivers State, where the INEC resident electoral commissioner boldly told us that they do not have any form EC8 to give us. While I know they finish. In a post via Instagram, Charlie Boy said, Nigerian youths have grown past the games the electoral body is playing. According to him, if INEC conducted a free and fair election as claimed, why would it be difficult to show the court the result and other evidence that President Bola Tinubu won the said election? Charlie Boy further described the INEC chairman Mahmood Yakubu and his cohorts as criminals without shame. He said, INEC make on a play. Nigerian youths don't pass the mumu stage on a they think. So if you conducted what you claim to be a free and fair presidential election, why is it difficult to show the world, especially the court, the result of the so-called election and other electoral materials to be tendered as evidence? Mr. Yakubu and co., you all are criminals, according to Charlie Boy. We no get shame. Anyways, there can't be any honor amongst chiefs. Your papa. This man don't provoke. Video, he don't show also where our president of the United States of America, President Joe Biden, tumbles on the Air Force stage. What happens to our great leader? What is the problem? We don't know, but let's see how it happens. President Joe Biden tumbled on Thursday after tripping over an obstacle on the stage at the Air Force Academy in Colorado. Nigerian News report that the U.S. president appeared unhurt after the incident. Biden 80, who had delivered the commencement address to graduates of the military academy, had just shaken hands with the cadet and began walking back to his seat when he fell or when he stumbles. According to AFP, Air Force personnel helped him back on and he did not appear to require further help. As he rose, Biden pointed to the object that had apparently caught his foot. It resembled a small black sandbag on the stage, which is not supposed to be so. Biden is the oldest person ever in the presidency and is seeking a second term in 2024 election. His official doctor's report this year declared him physically fit and he exercises regularly. Doctor's report. See our own 86-year-old man, they tell us he's 71. Look him and look to beat him very well. Who you will say that this one, who is the older among two of them? Can't you say that our Agbado will be older than this man, but this man is 80? Why they claim Agbado is 71? Niger and their politics and politicians, unaware done. I salute unaware well. In November of 2020, shortly after winning his election against the incumbent Donald Trump, Biden broke his foot while playing with a pet dog. What a word. The last year but not the least, we have cushion effects on fuel subsidy removal on Nigerians who address widespread hunger, unemployment. Amnesty International tells President Tinubu. A human rights advocacy organization, Amnesty International, has urged the Nigerian authorities to protect the people most affected by this or by its removal of fuel subsidy. During his inaugural speech on Monday, May 29, President Bola Tinubu announced an end to Nigerian fuel subsidy, citing budgetary concerns. The announcement led to a steep rise in fuel prices and widespread panic buying of fuel. Some bus companies have been unable to refuel their tanks or their vehicles, leaving many people stranded on the streets. But in a statement on Thursday, Isa Sanusi, the acting director for Amnesty International Nigeria, said the government has a duty to caution the impact on the subsidy removal on Nigerians. Sanusi said President Bola Tinubu's decision to remove the fuel subsidy has left millions of Nigerians terrified about the knocks on effect that it will have on their daily lives. Many are concerned that they will be unable to meet the cost of education, food, and health care. The government is here to suggest any ways to mitigate the impact of this decision for people on low incomes. While all countries are required to eventually remove all fossil fuel subsidies to meet their human rights obligations in the context of the climate crisis, they should not do so in a way that undermines the ability of people on the low incomes to secure their right to an adequate standard of living. It is therefore vital that the removal of the subsidy is accompanied by social cushioning and protection measures to the poor or low incomes. Nigerians should not have to pay the price of decades of political and economic mismanagement of the subsidy scheme. The authorities must finally respond to long-standing demands by civil society and parliamentarism to investigate the fuel market chain and hold accountable all those involved in smuggling, hoarding, and subsidy scams, regardless of rank or status. The Nigerian authorities must urgently put in place measures to protect the rights of the people most affected by the removal of the fuel subsidies and prioritize addressing widespread hunger, higher unemployment, and the rapidly falling standard of living. So, my people, na so we take Siam, and na so we take Siam, and na so we will take am, because there was a video I watched where somebody went to a gasoline station in Lagos State, and he was asking the attendant there, please show me the nozzle they are selling for the APC and how much is it. And the girl was a kind of confused. Said APC. He said yes, that we voted for APC. I beg, show us a nozzle, because they're supposed to have a different nozzle instead of buying the same price with people who do not vote for APC. And what do you learn from it? It might be a caricature, but let me tell you the gospel truth. People who keep chatting for APC, are they buying anything cheaper now? As the fuel price rises to 511 naira, some sell 560, some sell 517, some sell 570. Is there any gasoline station you will go and they will tell you that, oh, you voted for APC, right? You say yes, and they tell you, okay, instead of buying for 500 and something naira, you should buy for 100 and something naira. It is not done. So all of us go rock up very well in this new administration. So if everybody shout, oh, APC, on your mandate we shall stand, on your mandate, everybody must start on that mandate, you. Let the fuel rose to 1,000 naira, because that is exactly what we saw 2015, 2019, and 2023. The same people, the same party, and the same set of people who brought that calamity upon us 2015, 2019, and brought upon us the same thing 2023. And this one is just the genesis of it. When we begin to get to Exodus, before we get to Malachi, my dear brothers, my dear sisters, we go here and we, as long as this country is concerned. Have a wonderful day. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Do not forget to like, share any of my content, and make sure, most importantly, you are commenting. Be matured to address your comment. Just lay your point. No need to abuse. Abusing the broadcaster of this news, whether you like the news or not, just be matured and drop your point. It will be attended in due time. Or make your observation, and I will do what? I will quickly adjust and amend my ways. In any way, I'm not giving the news right. Just pinpoint those areas, and I will say I am sorry, because nobody is above mistake, and that's all the thing take be. So anywhere you are, whatever you are doing, as long as this country is concerned, make sure you do what? One day, because here they give me Nigeria. The kind of hunger that's about to come to Nigeria, I tell you people the gospel truth. What we are seeing now is just the genesis of it all. We will never get to Exodus, Deuteronomy, First King or Second King, before we can get to Malachi. Then you will know that $1 in naira will be equivalent to $1 equals to 2,000 naira. It will happen under this regime. Just watch me. Have a nice day, my wonderful people. Keep on subscribing, keep on liking, keep on sharing once again. Without you, there will be no me, and without me, there will be no any kind of my kind of news to you. I am that your broadcaster with a difference, and an advocate of good governance. That is where we stand. We must surely do the right thing, either now or never. Nigeria must be great again. Have a nice day. May the good Lord bless us all. We see us through in Eke, in Ore, Afandonko, the 4 market days. That 4 market days, it represents the 4 corners of the earth, which is the east, the west, the north, and also the south. And so we take Dua. Have a nice day. May the good Lord bless us all, the Father and the Son and of the Holy Spirit. I'll be right back. Thank you for watching and listening and sharing.